Depeche Mode, Enjoy the Silence at number 18 on my fantasy playlist, April 23rd, 1990, from the album Violator. Took a long time for Depeche Mode to make it in America. Their first top 40 British hit, New Life, went to number 11 in 1981. Some of their early 80s hit records in England, Get the Balance Right. Remember that one? That went to number 13 in England, but was not played that much here in the States. Just Can't Get Enough went to number 8 in England as well. That was in 1981 by Depeche Mode. They had about 8 or 9 top 40 hits in England before they finally hit it big in America with People Are People, summer of 1985. And that went to number 4 in England. Massive hit in England, number 13, I think, here in the States. Master and Servant came after that, but that did not impact the States. That was not commercial enough for American Top 40, although that one went to number 9 in England. And Strange Love, remember Strange Love from 1986? That one went to number 16 in England, only as high as number 76 here in America. In the early 80s, Depeche Mode, they were really the province. They were in the province of American college radio, not top 40. In England, they were hitting top 40 big time. But here in the States, it was basically college radio, and that's it. Some alternative stations, maybe a few dance radio stations in the major markets like Los Angeles. Now, they were getting big on the West Coast. But here in the South, it's ZZ Top, Rush, REO Speedwagon, Journey, Leonard Skinner. Kind of hard to compete against those bands here in the here in the South. But Depeche Mode, well, they finally hit it really big with Violator in 1989. Personal Jesus was off that album, if I remember correctly. That did very well for them. Had that strident boom, 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 great beat to it. And then Enjoy the Silence came after that in the spring of 1990. Violator was Depeche Mode's first top 10 album here in the States. First top 10 album on Billboard's top 200 album charts. And boy, they sure made up for lost time. The album went platinum here in the States 4 times over. They made it. They made it. Finally, by 1990, they made it. Depeche Mode here in the United States. The album sold 4.5 million copies here in the U.S. And it started out as a ballad. Martin Gore, the chief songwriter of Depeche Mode, wrote Enjoy the Silence, and sort of a ballad. The band took it into the recording studio, and Alan Wilder, group member, thought, well, let's speed it up. Let's grease up the drum machine and put it on this record. Let's give it a good beat. Make it into an up-tempo record. Enjoy the Silence was a massive hit in England, another massive hit all over Europe. It was top 10 and 15, around 14 or 15 countries, top 10 in Finland, France, Belgium, went to number 1 in Denmark. One of the charts had it at a chart in Spain had it at number 1 over there in Spain, went to number 6 in England, number 6 in England, and number 8 here in the States. Enjoy the Silence, one of Depeche Mode's biggest hits here in the U.S. And by the way, the album Violator went to number 7 on Billboard's top 200 album charts. It was on the album charts here in the States for 74 weeks. Not a record, but 74 weeks, that's a lot. Enjoy the Silence at number 18 on my fantasy playlist, April 23rd, 1990.